Hey everyone, so today we are here with a video of a practical topic which is perimetry. Perimetry is very easy and important topic for examination, so we can perform easily if we know the concept. So in this video we'll be talking about the procedure of perimetry, important viva questions will include within the procedure, right? Confrontation test, because this is most commonly asked when you are given practical of perimetry, the result interpretation and blind spot mapping. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what is perimetry? First of all, perimetry is basically charting of peripheral field of mapping of, you can see, mapping of field of vision of each eye separately, right? Clinically we do it with the confrontation test. So in viva you are most commonly asked what is the confrontation test, because if perimetry is not available, how will you perform field of vision, right? Okay, so what is confrontation test? First of all, let's see that. So confrontation test is basically the subject sits in front of examiner, right? And if right eye to be examined, then the examiner left eye visual field will be compared with right eye of the subject, right? How? So they are sitting in front. Okay, so covering one side eye, so left eye will be covered by subject and right eye by examiner. Okay, now examiner have to see field of vision of subject right side, right eye, and he has to compare with his left side field of vision. Okay, so basically subject is asked to sit to basically left eye of examiner, and then he brings at every plane, the examiner bring finger from farthest to nearest point and see where the subject can start seeing the finger, right? So at every direction, like superior, inferior, hand, temporal and nasal field. Okay, so this way a rough idea of field of vision we can have. This is called confrontation test. Fine. So let's start with perimetry. Perimetry is procedure to map the field of vision. So with the apparatus perimeter, we basically map the field of vision on perimeter chart. Okay, so for example, you can see the lines basically marking field of vision of one eye on one side and other eye on other side. Fine. So in this procedure we'll be seeing what are all these and how we'll do that. Okay, so first of all we should know what are types of perimeter, right? So this is list a parameter in which the complete arc is present, the wide arc is present, and which cover basically on both the side together, fine, in one plane. On the other hand, there is Presley parameter. So this is lister. Parameter have only one side arc at a time we can measure, right? So this is the arc, only one side in one plane. We can measure the field of vision. There can be automatic perimeter also, which are basically electronic one. So automatic. Okay. Normally, so in this video we'll be talking about Presley perimeter. How we'll be performing that. So okay. So this is Presley parameter, in which we have one arc. We can measure the field of vision on one side. Okay. Now let's start the procedure. So first of all, this is parameter. We have to basically adjust this chin rest. Okay, and we have to ask place chin on chin rest. Now how we'll do that? Because mostly viva questions you'll be asked how you'll perform that. Okay, so first of all, the most important thing is where, at which, right or left, at which side of chin rest the subject has to place his or her chin. Okay, so this is very important, because which eye to be examined. If right eye to be examined, he has to place the chin at left side. Okay, now first thing, so opposite side chin rest. So for example, right eye to be examined, then on left chin rest he has to place the chin. Second thing, he has to adjust the chin rest so that this white color of leveling bar, so this is leveling bar, right? This is chin rest, this is leveling bar, this is arc. Okay, and there is a circular disc, this one, at center of which, here you can see there is fixation point at center. Okay, and here is a frame for fixation of chart. Fine. So there are readings on the chart we can mark. Fine. So this arc to be moved in each direction. So first, for procedure, first of all, adjust the chin rest so that white part of leveling bar comes at pupil level or lower lid level. Okay, so the chin rest should be adjusted upwards so that this white bar is at pupil level or lower lid level. Fine. And opposite side of the eye to be examined, for example right to be examined, so on left side. Fine. To examine the right eye, place the chin on left side. Subject have to gaze to fixation point. Now the placement of chin and placement of subject is done. Now he has to gaze to the fixation point, the center of this circle. Okay, we have talked about circular disc. So this circular disc, he has to gaze at center point from here. Fine. Okay, so this is placement of chin, placement of subject, and where he has to gaze. So throughout the procedure he has to gaze to the fixation point. Okay, now next is fixation of chart. How will be fixing the chart? So fixation of chart is done in horizontal direction. This arc should be at horizontal direction and temporal field. So whichever eye to be examined, for example right eye to be examined, in right eye temporal field, and if for example left eye to be examined, left side temporal field. So once the arc is in temporal field of that eye in horizontal direction, then we have to fix the chart like this. So it should be 90-degree plane should be with arc. Okay, now so like this we have to open this screw and this screw. So opening two screw will open this frame and we have to fix this chart. Fine. Now just focus on the chart, how it look like. So this is the fixation point. This correspond to fixation point, and you can see there are 10 to 90-degree meridians are shown. Okay, in one meridian there is 10 to 90 degree. This is perimetric reading. Okay, on the other hand you can see there are other readings also, which are basically scotometer reading. Scotoma is basically will be seeing whenever we have lesion in visual pathway, those are scotoma. Okay, so scotoma, these are scotoma chart. So we don't have to concentrate here, we have to just use this reading, perimetry reading. Okay, and you can see there is a circle here. Here you can see there is this is showing that one eye visual field will be here one, and this eye visual field will be this one. And you can see here very small circle, you can see here, this correspond to normally blind spot. Okay, this is the normal chart showing normal field of vision and normal blind spot. Okay, okay, now the procedure is, we have seen the fixation of the chart and placement of chin. Now what we have to do, we have to cover the other eye, ask the subject to fix his gaze at fixation point. The field of vision is tested with white object 5 mm. Okay, so there will be white object. See a move, you can see a moving bar here. We can basically fix a white object here. We can set it. Okay, now place the arc in horizontal meridian, say horizontal meridian. So every meridian we have to see. Okay, so in horizontal meridian we can start. So put the target object at farthest point, then bring it forward gradually by rod and instruct the subject to inform as he see it. Okay, are you getting me? So this, for example, in one plane we have to, what we have to do is, so in every plane we have to check, in every plane, every 30-degree plane we have to check the field of vision. Fine. So in every plane, this is sit to farthest point, sit to farthest point, sit to farthest point, and we have to bring it closer, and we have to ask the subject that where he see. Okay, so that is the point of field of vision. So the completing all those points will repeat the procedure at 8 meridians every 30-degree and mark the points. So joining them gives the visual field of eye. Okay, now blind spot mapping. So blind spot mapping is also done in the same way in horizontal axis. Okay, move the target point. So temporal axis, we are talking about temporal field. Horizontal axis we have to measure the blind spot, right? So move the target object from farthest point toward fixation point in temporal side. At a point, the target object will disappear and reappear toward fixation point. So this one correspond to blind spot. So at a point there will be blurring of that object. So target object will disappear and reappear. By marking both the point, we can locate the blind spot. Okay, what is blind spot? Blind spot is in temporal quadrant. It's present, which is nothing but the optic nerve leaves the retina. So there are no photoreceptors present. That's why we don't see the object here, which is blind spot. So in viva, you can be asked what is blind spot, how you'll measure it, and basically what is region of blind spot, right? So you should be clear about it. Okay, so you can field of vision. Obviously, you will be knowing that. So covering one eye. For example, if you talk about right, any eye, right? So this is temporal field. This is nasal field here toward nose. This is superior and this is inferior. So the normal field is on temporal side it's 90 degree. On superior aspect, because of the bony surface, it's around 55 degree. Nasal, because of the nasal bone, it's 60 degree, and lower, which is the inferior, is 70 degree. This way you can know whether your field of vision is normal or with this, comparing with this normal field of vision. Okay. Then what are factors? There are various colors in that moving bar. We can change the colors also. Okay, and we can change the size of that object also. Okay, so color of object, the size of object, brightness of object, and illumination of object can basically affect field of vision. Okay, if we don't cover one eye, then we are seeing the binocular vision. So binocular vision is nothing but total visual field of both the eye. For example, if no eye is closed, then you can see this vision will combine with this vision. Okay, so this is kind of crescendo type vision. So why vision is basically changed, vision is elongated on nasal side especially. Yeah. Okay, so this is all about factor affecting. Okay, so you should be clear about the optic pathway. Although for example, this is the field of vision. Okay, visual field. Here we have retina, here we have optic nerve, then optic chiasma, optic tract. Okay, going to lateral geniculate body, then to cortex. Okay, so this is optic pathway. Optic pathway, we have many areas. So at any point, if we have lesion or trauma to any level, we should be able to tell that which basically scotoma or anopia, what will be effect of, like field of vision will be affected. Okay, so you should be knowing that how this field of vision will be affected at every area wherever you can be asked in viva. Okay, so here in this video we'll not be covering this aspect. We'll be making next video on optic pathway, because to make you clear we should be knowing optic pathway very clearly. Okay, so till now we have covered what is perimetry and what can be asked in perimetry. So this is all about perimetry. If you have any query, you can comment below. So in next video, we'll be covering visual pathway and all the defects we'll trace. Fine. Thank you so much.